In The Science of Getting Rich, Wattles champions wealth as fundamental for a fulfilling life. He argues that wealth allows for the appreciation of beauty, expression of love, and complete development of body, mind, and soul. Wattles posits that the desire for self-improvement is inherent in everyone, and achieving wealth is crucial for fulfilling this potential. Wattles refutes the notion that only a few can achieve wealth, asserting that getting rich is a science with specific laws that anyone can learn and follow. Regardless of one's abilities or circumstances, the path to wealth is open to all who embrace the principles outlined in his work. He emphasizes that getting rich is not about luck or talent, but about doing things in a certain way. Wattles highlights the significance of wealth for living a complete life, enabling individuals to engage with art, beauty, and love fully. He stresses that financial resources are essential for intellectual and spiritual growth, as well as for expressing love through giving to others. By following the principles of the science of getting rich, individuals can unlock their full potential and achieve a life of abundance. Like and subscribe should you be getting any value from this summary, and check in the description for a link to the full audiobook on our channel. In this section, the author discusses the abundance of opportunities available for individuals, particularly in agriculture and allied industries, despite the perceived limitations in certain fields like transportation or employment with large corporations. He encourages workers to leave their employee roles and become producers, emphasizing the potential wealth in agriculture and the availability of land for those who work towards obtaining it. The author also emphasizes that the law of wealth is the same for everyone and that poverty is not a result of a lack of resources, but rather a result of individuals not acting in the right way to tap into the abundance of the universe. He concludes by emphasizing that nature is an inexhaustible storehouse of raw materials and that no one is poor because of nature's limitations. In this section of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace, the author explains that the formless substance, which is alive with creative energy, is constantly producing more forms when the supply of building material is exhausted. This substance responds to the needs of man and will not let him be without any good thing. The universe is abundantly rich, and everything which can possibly minister to life is bountifully provided. The formless stuff is intelligent and impelled toward more life, and it is the nature of intelligence to enlarge itself and of consciousness to seek to extend its boundaries. The universe is a great living presence always moving toward more life and fuller functioning. Nature is formed for the advancement of life, and the impelling motive of everything is the increase of life. There is no lack unless God is to contradict himself and nullify his own works. The first principle in the science of getting rich is that thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. Every thought of form held in thinking substance causes the creation of the form, but it always moves according to the lines of growth and action already established. In this section, the author proposes the idea that there is a formless, thinking substance from which all things are made. This substance, when influenced by human thought, can produce the corresponding form. Man, as a thinking center, can originate thoughts and impress them upon formless substance to cause the creation of new things. The author asserts that this substance is thinking stuff, and a thought held in it produces the form of the thought. Man can form things in his thought and bring them into existence by communicating his thoughts to the original thinking substance. The author claims that this theory can be proven through logic, experience, and experiment. He encourages readers to believe in their ability to think what they want to think, despite the difficulty, as the first step toward getting rich. In this section of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace, the author emphasizes the importance of believing in the fundamental statements that there is a thinking substance from which all things are made, and that every thought held in this substance becomes a form. To acquire the power to create what one wants, One must first believe in this monistic concept and dwell upon it until it becomes a habitual thought. Additionally, the author advises getting rid of the old idea that there is a deity who wills one to be poor and instead embracing the concept that the intelligent substance which is all and in all desires increase of life. Every living thing, including thoughts and consciousness, must continually seek for enlargement and expansion. In this section, the author emphasizes the inherent desire of life to seek fuller expression and the importance of getting rich to live a more abundant life. He explains that every desire is the effort of an unexpressed possibility to come into action, and the desire for riches is simply the capacity for larger life-seeking fulfillment. The author also highlights that the universe desires for us to have everything we want to have, and nature is friendly to our plans. However, it's essential that our purpose harmonizes with the purpose of all, and we should not want to get rich solely for pleasure or sensual gratification. Instead, we should aim to live a balanced life, performing every physical, mental, and spiritual function, and using wealth to help others and make the most of ourselves. The author also emphasizes that this intelligent substance will make things for us, but will not take things away from someone else, and encourages us to create, not compete, for wealth. Like and subscribe should you be getting any value from this summary, and check in the description for a link to the full audiobook on our channel. In this section, the author emphasizes that a man should not covet the property of others or compete for limited resources. Instead, one should aim to become a creator and trust that the universe will provide what they need. The author acknowledges that some men amass great wealth through competition, but they are not truly rich, and their wealth is not permanent. The real wealth comes from formless substance and can be created through one's thoughts. The author encourages listeners to focus on the limitless riches in formless substance and trust that they will receive what they need as fast as they can use it. The visible supply of wealth cannot be cornered, and one should not worry about losing what they want to someone else. The power to cause creation is lost when one drops into competitive thinking, and the author encourages listeners to stick to the belief that there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and that a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. In this section, the author emphasizes the importance of adding value to others in business transactions rather than engaging in sharp bargains or unfair deals. He explains that while it's not necessary to give everything for free, one should aim to provide more use value than cash value to every person they transact with. This principle applies not only to sales but also to employment, where business owners should create opportunities for their employees to advance and grow. The author also emphasizes the power of positive thinking and faith in attracting desired objects, such as a sewing machine, through the influence of the thinking substance on the minds of people. In this section, the author uses the analogy of a child playing music on a piano to illustrate the concept of desire and faith. The author explains that our desires are one with the desire of the universe, or God, to express itself through us. The child at the piano represents our potential to bring forth the music of life, but we may be hindered by our lack of faith and belief in our ability to fully express ourselves. The author encourages listeners to ask for what they want and to believe that they can have it, as the universe, or God, wants to express itself through them in the most abundant way possible. The author also addresses the common belief that poverty is pleasing to God and that there is not enough wealth to go around, urging listeners to let go of these limiting beliefs and to focus on their own desires and the expression of the divine through them. The author shares an example of a student who was able to manifest material possessions by focusing on his desires and living in a certain way, and encourages listeners to continue to ask for greater things with faith. In this section of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, the author emphasizes the importance of gratitude in achieving wealth and harmony with the formless intelligence or God. He explains that the first step to getting rich is to convey our wants to the formless substance, which requires a harmonious relation with it. This relation is achieved through gratitude. The author suggests that people who fail to acknowledge the gifts they receive from God remain in poverty due to their lack of gratitude. Gratitude brings the whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, preventing one from falling into competitive or dissatisfied thought. The law of gratitude states that action and reaction are equal and opposite, and a grateful attitude towards the Supreme will result in a strong and continuous movement of the things we want towards us. Jesus is given as an example of the power of gratitude in keeping one connected with power. The value of gratitude lies not only in receiving more blessings in the future, but also in preventing dissatisfaction and maintaining a positive mindset. In The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, the author emphasizes the importance of having a strong and clear desire for wealth, gratitude, and a clear mental image of one's desires to attract riches. The use of willpower should be focused on forming a clear mental image and staying focused on one's goals, rather than trying to control external circumstances or others. The author encourages listeners to focus on their own growth and becoming rich through creative means, rather than dwelling on poverty or the poverty of others. Both thought and personal action are necessary for achieving wealth, and every act should be efficient and effective. The author emphasizes the importance of following one's desires and talents in choosing a business or vocation and growing in it, rather than making hasty decisions to change. Continuous increase and advancement in life are essential, and the desire for more abundant life is not evil, but a deep instinct. It's crucial to convey the impression of advancement to others and inspire faith, purpose, and gratitude in oneself and others. The author encourages readers to focus on personal growth and success, rather than seeking dominion over others or being consumed by the competitive mindset. The key to achieving wealth and success lies in having a clear mental image of oneself as successful, maintaining faith and purpose, and giving increase to others. The author emphasizes the importance of patience, gratitude, and focusing on the present to attract opportunities for advancement. Individuals have the power to rise above their circumstances and become rich, regardless of external factors, by maintaining a positive mindset and focusing on their goals with faith and purpose. The ability to accomplish one's desires is not limited by talent or ability, but rather by the depth of one's belief and gratitude. By taking daily action towards realizing their vision and adding value to others, individuals can attract wealth through established channels of trade and commerce. The author warns against the competitive mindset that seeks dominion over others and urges readers to focus on the common good instead. He emphasizes that mastery over others is not necessary for personal success, and that those who fall into the struggle for power are often conquered by fate and environment. Instead, the author encourages readers to hold a clear mental image of themselves as successful, whether they are professionals, wage earners, or engaged in mercantile business. He believes that those who can give increase of life to others, such as physicians, clergymen, teachers, and even lawyers and salespeople, will be attracted to them and find success. The author emphasizes the importance of patience, faith, purpose, and gratitude in achieving one's goals and becoming rich. He also encourages those in low-paying jobs to form a clear mental vision of what they want and act with faith and purpose to achieve it. Overall, the author emphasizes the infallibility of the combined mental and personal action in getting rich and becoming successful in any field. In this section of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, the author emphasizes the importance of having a clear concept of what one wants to be and being determined to become it, rather than just being a good worker to please an employer. The man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place and radiates a sense of advancement and increase to those around him. One should hold faith and purpose during work hours, as well as before and after, to attract opportunities for advancement. The author asserts that there is no circumstance or industrial situation that can keep a person down if they act and think in a certain way, and that opportunities will present themselves to the advancing person. The author encourages wage earners to study the book and enter into the prescribed course of action with confidence, as it will not fail. The author acknowledges that some may scoff at the idea of a science of getting rich, but asserts that it is the masses' thinking and actions that keep them in poverty, and that systems must be modified to accommodate forward movement. In this section, the author emphasizes that individuals have the power to rise above their current circumstances and become rich, regardless of the government or economic system. He encourages listeners to focus on the creative plane of thought and not be swayed by competition or limiting beliefs. The author also advises against worrying about potential obstacles or emergencies and instead to focus on the present and taking action in a successful manner. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining a positive mindset and speaking in terms of advancement, rather than failure or discouragement. The author also shares a story of a student who, despite experiencing a seemingly failed business opportunity, ultimately received something even better. Overall, the message is one of faith, persistence, and focusing on the present to achieve financial success. In this section, the author emphasizes the importance of maintaining faith, purpose, and gratitude to achieve success. He explains that every apparent failure will ultimately lead to greater opportunities if one stays committed to their goals and keeps their faith. The ability to accomplish one's desires is not limited by talent or ability, but rather by the depth of one's belief and gratitude. The author advises readers to focus on their vision, practice gratitude, and spend their leisure time contemplating their goals to align themselves with the formless intelligence of the universe. By doing so, they will attract what they desire through established channels of trade and commerce. The author emphasizes the importance of maintaining a clear mental image of one's goal to become rich. To achieve this, one must take action every day towards realizing their vision, ensuring that each transaction adds more value to others than the cash received. The steadfastness of one's purpose and faith, along with a deep sense of gratitude, will directly impact the amount of wealth one accumulates. The men and women who follow these instructions will undoubtedly get rich, with their riches proportionate to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, and the depth of their faith. Like and subscribe should you be getting any value from this summary, and check in the description for a link to the full audiobook on our channel.